Welcome back to Viz Tutorials. So I haven't made a video for a while, for actually a few weeks already. I've been on holidays, and after going back to from holidays to work, lots of tasks already piled up, and it's really hard to find a time to make something. So I do apologize for this one, and let's try to make our journey one step forward to final. So today's will be a very interesting lesson because actually it's a bit learning curve for myself. I have never used before ML Toolkit. I have done really quick crash course. I'll share. Should share the what's it called, a screenshot. Should pop up now on the screen. Really advise you to watch this one of the newest versions. A person is taking really time to explain in the details, and about around chapter 8 it gets very technical also. So if you're looking from basics up to advanced, it's everything in one course. So as I was saying, it's a bit journey for me. So I do apologize straight away about making some mistakes, or just learning with you guys on this videos. I wanted to make a point. If you're following this tutorials alongside or watching this in the future, you should have 2022.1.4 F1 or newer. At this version, UI Toolkit is not more a beta. It's release version. Still, I would like to point it still has a few bugs, and it does have a space where to improve. But to take into account is one of the first releases for a really big tool in Unity. I think it's quite decent actually to have few bugs there and there, but it will be improved in the future releases. So how to start with Unity UI Toolkit? It's under Windows, and you go UI Toolkit. You have UI Builder, and it opens a file. So in this file we have we have our screen. Actually, the screen, as you can see straight away, doesn't really match our game view. If you look in our game view, which one should be here, you can see it's more, what's it called, 16 by 9-ish, and this is a more square one. So to match your game view, you just need to tick, when you select your main view, you just need to tick the box and match the game view. And you can see it makes 1080 by 9.2. Of course, we can press the button, fit the canvas on the top left corner, and it should fill really nice your screen. It does not do, like I said, sometimes it has really interesting things. So holding control, I can zoom out a bit, and then pressing a scrolling wheel, I can actually drag it left and right. Okay, so first thing we will save that one. So Control S to save. And under assets, I wanted to create a new UI. I will call UI. Then I wanted to go inside in UI, and I wanted to create another folder saying a main menu. So I want to Unity newest UI toolkit is using style sheets. And if you're familiar with Java, Android, Xamarin, or Xamarin, depending where you are from, different spelling. So these similar languages is also using style sheets, and Unity is releasing this one as a UI toolkit, which one also using style sheets. It gives a lot of flexibility. It gives a lot of enables a lot of features, and is really adaptive UI depending your screen resolution or what platform you are. So I think it's a win-win for everything. So UXML. Unity XML, where we have our main what's it called, UI. So I will just say main menu UI. Okay, save. Okay, main menu UI. Next, what we want to do is actually to add some what's it called, visual elements, and we have already selected here visual elements. Here's our hierarchy, and I'm thinking about four options here, so I'll just drag 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and each of them goes vertical at the moment. If you select any of them, you can see like a small arrow, flex direction it's called. So flex direction means what direction you want you to go. So let's rename them. So first one, I want to just call it a title. Okay, I want to keep it lower cases, actually, everything lower cases, no capitalization here. So title. The second one, title will be where we showcase our game logo. Yeah, mainly our game logo. That's the main thing. If maybe you want some animations there, it's your call. Okay. Second, I wanna have options. So what area where a player has a different buttons for settings, exit the game, different game modes, maybe even to continue a game, etc., etc. Lastly, we want a high score. Well, no, not lastly, but next one is high score. High score. So this is an area where we want to showcase top 10 players. I will start very simple way. We will start with defined size of players, so top 10, and we'll treat that one as an array. In the future, we can actually adapt this one and change to the list. So it could actually be scrolling list, top 50 if you want. And more advanced, we want actually to mix the results between local device, it's this device where we actually achieved something, and your Facebook friends. That will be very good forward step. So if someone from your friends actually playing this game, his or her scores, you can actually see on your high score table. Okay. And the last one, I wanna just I'll call ads. Yeah, so it's an area where we will show ads. So one of the easiest way, Controls S by the way to save. Yeah, okay. So one of the easiest way to do this stuff, how to say, one of the easiest way to define the area for each of these components is actually percentages. Very easy, because you can instead of defining the pixels or DPI, you can say, okay, of whatever screen size is, about 20% I want to see this, and then 20% of that one. You just need to track these numbers, because it must add up to 100. No worries if this doesn't add up 100, like Unity will actually tolerate that one and does calculations via flex settings. Again, please refer to tutorials. But a simple way, if it doesn't add up 100, flex settings will take this one into account and fix that one for you. Okay, so a title. Let's start with that one. And flex, we want to, where are you, flex? Okay, flex. We want to first of all to be shrink 1 and grow 1. So it's very hard, very long to explain, but this number you can add. You can actually say priority, or how to explain it? Priority, or how much of a piece when you're sharing you will take. Let's give you an example. If I have options and I'll do grow 1, suddenly you find that 50% of title is 50% of the screen is for title and 50% is for option. And because with both of them, we're taking equally 1 piece of the screen. But if I say the title is 2 pieces, 2 to 1, suddenly you can see that will be, I think that will be 66% and 33% of options. If I say that's a 3 pieces and option taking 1. So yeah, and a grow means wherever empty space is left, fill it up with ratio 3:1, depending between these ones. Okay, and we do have empty space because none of these components yet state how much space they want to take. So adds an I-score taking 0 on the bottom, and mainly because, like I said, none of these components actually have any defined area. So let's start with the title. So grow, you take 1. So any empty space will be shared equally with anyone else. And a shrink 1 means then if a screen is smaller, you will shrink at the ratio of 1. That means if all components is a ratio of 1, you will shrink them equally, every single one. If some of them is shrink at 2, that means you will shrink that component twice as much as another component. I hope so it makes sense. But under size, I want to make that a height of title is actually 10%. Enter. So now I'm saying, okay, title, you now are 10%, but because the grow is 1, the default size is 10%, around here, but it takes a rest of the space because we did not filled up yet. So in options, we go with 40%. Okay, that's 40%. That takes straight away a bit more than 10% in what's it called, in ratio. So high score will be another 40%. Let's do grow 1 and 40%. Oh, not 40 pixel, 40%. Okay. And yeah, options is 1, 10, 40, 40. Oh, not pixels. I said 40%. Okay. Yep, 40, 40, and 10. And ads in the end should be that will be fixed. Actually, this one will be a bit different story. So ads is not an area we want to scale or down. So we'll make it grow. Actually, we'll make it grow 0. So we don't want it to grow or actually, we don't want to even shrink it down. So it will be shrink and grow 0, but the height will be 125 px. So 125 pixels. This is a size of ads we will be inserting here. In the future, we'll be changing this one if our ads, let's say 150 or 175, etc., etc. But this is a fixed size. So if you shrink 0 and it grows 0, it's always 125 in the bottom of the screen. All the sizes actually also could be shrink. One of the things I want to control as, by the way, to say what I want to speak today is also about a camera cut-hole. So when I was playing a bit with UI, I just realized that this cut-hole on the top is actually on the way when we're creating some UIs. So we have 2 options here. The first option is well, it will be the following. That will be a following tutorial, but it must be Android some script or Android command within phone where you can actually find out how much of pixels the camera cut hole is in a place. So we have option to actually black out that area. Another option is actually to show the advertisements on the top, where we have a camera module in the middle. That's also a valid option, and no one, I don't think so anyone will complaining that advertisement is covered by camera. That's also an option, but yeah, let's leave it for that one for a next tutorial. What we need to understand today that this camera cut a hole on the top or camera module is actually will be various depending phone to phone. Some of them is under screen and doesn't have anything. So your screen could be 1080 by 196, but another person could have a 100 pixel cuts and everything will shrink a bit slightly down. So using this UI is really great step forward. Okay. One of the things I want to show also, we actually need a, what's it called, font. One of the great locations where to find the font is actually dafont.com. It's royal free to look for that one. For today's what's it called tutorial, I'll be using a atmospheric what's it called font. So if we go and move this one a bit away, we have UI. Let's open this one and let's drag atmospheric font here. Okay, then this font is within our what's it called project. That is a time where we can actually play with. So first of all, under the title, we'll need a few things. We need a label. That's the first one. Okay. So in the label, and you can see it's very small and it's like inside in this one. Okay. So first of all, under a label, under the text, let's go over text and what do we have here? Okay. So to apply our font to this one, you can't just you can actually click here and find your what's it called font. Again, I'm just click that small bubble next to the font, and I choose atmospheric, and it doesn't do anything because the font asset overwrites the font. So what you need to do is to select the font asset and delete it, and suddenly our label changed a font. Next one, align. We want to make it in the middle, and we want to make it height also in the middle. Justify this one, no. Okay. Yeah. A middle. I think this one. In a text, we want also to have a middle, and height is also middle. Problem is that we want in the flex we wanted to make it 1 and 1. Okay, that's where our label just suddenly takes a middle area. Now the text on the top, we want to say gravity ball. Okay, it's only capital letters, by the way, for this specific font. Size, I wanted to go with I don't know. I wanted to go maybe 72. Sounds good. Color, I want to go pure white. And yeah, how it looks gravity ball looks great. Okay, now I wanted to add some visual elements. Actually, 3 of them. 1, 2, and 3. But all 3, you can see, so a bit getting a bit really interesting. Actually, let's remove 2 of them. Let's do only 1. So for this element, I wanna basis instead of auto. Positioning. Instead of relative, I want absolute. So now we do have this visual element free to move across all the screen. It's not a part of hierarchy, and it's not lining up. I can actually make it a bit bigger, but I can move maybe here, I can move over there, I can move here and here already, etc., etc. But what we want to do is, if we want to go into background, and we want to go in the background, and where we have a image, we press the little circle, and I want to choose this one. Yes. By the way, we can actually see that it's 835 by 835. Okay, and size, we want to say 835 by 835. Yeah, it's massive, but if we hold the shift and we drag, oh, no, if we hold, no. Okay, but you see cancel doesn't work. Okay, okay. I said 835. Okay, if we grab a corner, yes, we can actually, no, it's not, yeah, shift, control, no. So it's kind of free to move, which one is a bit, not the best one, but yeah, because it's 835 by 855, so it means width and the height must be the same because it is square. So let's try 150 by 150. Quite good actually. And also I want this visual element to be underneath of table. So if just changing the layout in a hierarchy, it change what's in is what's under what. So yeah, I want to make this one behind the G a bit. Then I want to duplicate and duplicate, and then I wanted to put maybe somewhere in a corner, and then I want to duplicate, and yeah, and I wanted to put this one maybe somewhere like this. Yeah, so now we have a gravity ball with a few like explosions, if you like. Of course you can rotate them if you want, or do something like this, but yeah, or adding you can even go to Fiverr and just request someone really nice artist to draw some nice logo for your game. Next one. In the next one we have we want to do a button. And yeah, we just close this one. Oh, in options area, we will create a button. I'll do one button at a time, and when we do a button, we actually we copy paste afterwards. Okay, so let's have what we want to do with the button. So button. Oh, we call it a play mode. Oh, sorry. What the hell? Well, I can't type in here. Play. What? Okay, so let's do here. So play mode space play mode 1. Let's zoom in for you guys. Okay, play mode 1. Okay. So play mode 1. Flex, we don't want any flexes. It's relative. It's auto. Nothing to scale. Nothing to do. It goes auto. This is alignment. It goes, yeah, by default. Positioning, displaying, goods, size, and this is where we want to do a size. So width, I wanted to make sure that this is only 50% of the screen, so 50%. So it takes like this. And also, yeah, so this one is this one like this. And if we select options above, we want our unit all. So when you select the parent, you can select under alignment, you select how all your child is aligned, and we want to align not like this. We want to align them in the middle, like this. Yes, in the middle. Okay. Then button, I want it to be height, fixed height of 125 pixels. And the reason why we want to fix height is purely because when the screen is scaling down and up, you don't want it to really scale down your buttons because it will be very hard to click it anymore. You want to scale everything down except the buttons. So that's why fixed height of the button of 125 pixels is a good option to leave it like this. When we can go into margin, and this will be very cool stuff. So we want to free. We want to top 100, and then we want a 1 pixel on the bottom, so it has a 100 pixel gap from the top. Okay, what else we want to do? Okay, we want a padding 6661. Okay, that's really it's already done. Text again, a small circle to choose our font. Then we need to delete font asset. Okay, and it's play mode 1. Size of that one, size of text, let me check, 50. So 50. And of course, let's change a color to pure white. Okay. And it sounds good. Oh yeah, that's what's it called. We do want some corners. No, we want a background. In the back, oh yes. So the background, we want a background to be actually white, and we want text to be actually black. So this looks much better. Yes. Okay. And the border, okay, that's it. So now it will be a new thing what I want to introduce for you guys. And it is a style sheet template. So it's two ways you can actually create a new style. Yeah. Or you can actually, if you've done something styling and you want to reuse it under style classes, you can actually extract inline style to new class. Yeah. And style sheets, we don't have anything. Okay. Yep. So what do we do first? First of all, before you do any style sheets, you actually need to create a new USS. So you create a new USS when we put under UI main menu, and we put main menu, and we do USS. Save. So now we have a Unity style sheet file. Under that one, we can actually say, we need to give a name. We call option button, and we just click extract inline style sheet to new class. Yeah. And now we do have this class. So what we need to do is, if we create another button, so let's say duplicate and duplicate, free buttons. Yeah. So just have received a call. So where I was, we just extracted. So first of all, we just created Unity style sheet, and we extracted a class, which one we called option button. And what it allows us to do. So I give you a really quick example. If I select one of the buttons and I go to a background and I change a background to red, it does only change a button. Control Z. Let's get it back. But if I select the what's it called, Unity style sheet class option button, I can actually go under the background and change the color. Change, not text, color. Yeah, change the color. Oh, sorry. It added to. It's added to. Okay. So options has this class. I don't want you to have this class. Okay. I got it. What I did. So I'm extracted the option button from a different object. So let's delete that one. Select, delete. So what I did, I extracted a style sheet from a parent called option. What I should do, should extract a style sheet from a button. So let's get back from align, middle. Yeah, so all buttons in the middle, nice. And now I select a button and I give a name, option button, and I extract style sheet to class. Okay, and now it's added. So if I go select the button again and I go background, it changed only one button. Okay, if I go and select a button option, it should only do also one, but what I need to do is select that one and drag to each button, to drag to this one. Yeah, this is what a button, this is a bug I said, it's still there. And drag another one, release. And to remove this one floating, I just need to click here. Okay, so now if I hover my mouse over the button, I can see all the buttons are selected. So in this case, I can actually go and change a background color to red, and let's double check why it's not. Okay, it didn't add it for some reason. So let's drag like this. Okay, let's add it. Let's drag like this. Let's have added. Okay. Okay. Huh. And now, okay. And if I select that one and I go to change the background, it should change all of them. It's very strange it doesn't change only one of them. And yeah. Okay. Okay, and it does have a Unity UI? No. I'm very confused with this one. So background should be what, and the font size is okay. So it does have a, so really quick thing, by the way, if you change your color locally, it does have this white line. So that means that this setting is overwrites a default setting. And to do that one, you need to actually click on one of them and just say unset all. And you didn't saw anything change, but what it does actually, it's unset the value you set locally. So you see the color now, it doesn't have a white line. But if I change this one to green, the background as a parent gets line, and if you expand, you can see color was changed. And that means even though this button belongs to this this group of option buttons, this button overrides and it has own unique color. So the easiest way to do is right click and unset if you're talking only about color, or in my case, unset all. And that means that this white line is removed, and now the default value is showed, default value of a class. So if we select again of a class, well, we need to do the same with this one, because you can see the white line of the third button. So right click, unset all. It doesn't change at all, but when I go in a button now and I go change the color, it changes all of them in the same time. And if I want to change a size of a text, so where we have a text and we're saying, okay, I want a 25, it changes all of them in one go, because all of these three buttons is assigned to this option. And if you have, let's say you have very complex game with many different UI tools, etc., using classes here and as a groups is very good. Allows you to change all your UI elements at just a click of a button. Okay, finally we done this one. Let's go for a next one. Okay, one more thing under option. So if I go, this is a good one. If I go under option of button, and if I go to text, yeah, we don't have text. Okay, we can do this one here. Okay, so what I want to just say that we need to rename each of them, separate a bit. So play mode 2 and play mode 3. So each of them will have a different play mode. So normal mode or easy mode, normal, and I don't know, low gravity, wherever your fantasy goes to. Okay, next one. And next one will be a bit harder one. So yeah, next one will be a high score, and in the under high score we want to have a one visual element. So let's have a one visual element, we'll be using this one visual element to actually have the margins. So we use this one inside in high score, just literally to build a really nice frame. We don't want it to our what's it called, a table go to the edges of the screen, because nowadays lots of screens has round corners, or maybe scale doesn't scale properly, and some information is not even visible. So you want to give some margins for data such as high score, so every single element is visible. So we give visual elements, and then we have yes. Okay. So yeah, it will be templates, and this one. Okay, I'm just really going through my notes. So first of all, visual element must be in a flex, shrink one, and a grow one. So yeah, take off full size of available space, because it is under a high score, which one we define at 40%. Visual element as a child of this parent cannot take more than 40% of the screen. This is where really interesting stuff will happen. So we will go under margin, not text, not background, not align. We go under the margin and padding. So we go with, actually we go just with 50 pixels around across. Yep. And then we want a top padding is 7 pixels, just slightly a bit lower down. This 7 pixel means that what's it called? This 7 pixel is that green line, and let me zoom in. That green line, which one really helps line up all our items in the inside in a table. You'll see later on when we start adding the lines, and it will be one line below. Okay, so that's visual element, and we need some color. So let's give some color of it, not text, but actually background. Let me check. What do we want? 175. Okay, so under background color, we want to go with actually 175, 175, and 175. It's a grayscaled screen. So I want to really do this like old computer games where you have like a grayscaled, and you have this what's it called, grayscale, and you have like black lines and doing like squares doing everything for you. Okay, and one more thing we wanted to do, it's also new for you, we haven't done yet. It's actually a under the border we do have a radius, and I want to do all the corners 15 pixels, so it gives like round corners. Okay, very nice. Okay, what's next? Next is next we want to create one of our visual elements, but we will be using it as a template. So very similar, like Unity works with prefabs, we can actually do the same in UI Toolkit. And to do that one, we actually create, we drag another, what's it called, visual element, and we call it visual element under visual element, because we're using this one as, we call it as like high score underscore border. Yeah. So this element is only used to make very nice thick 50 pixel like a border, and this one will be named a score prefab template. Or just score prefab. Yeah, just score prefab. Okay, yeah, that's what we'll do. Okay, score prefab. And under this score prefab, we wanted to have actually what we want to have. How to open this one? Open in your builder. Okay. Okay, and we want to have a 1, 1, 1. Okay, so we want to underscore prefab. We want to have a one more element. Which one will be our main element? So we'll call it a. Yeah, we'll call. Okay, we have 2 elements underscore prefab. Okay, so we will have 2 elements. The first one is actually a score. Let's call it score. And under the score we have just underscore a board. No, line. Yeah, just line. So this line will be shrink 0 and grow 0, but under the size I wanted to make it a height of 5 pixels. Yeah, and now I wanted to go under the background and make it black. Oh, no, sorry, wrong wrong one. Line. Yes, we want to go and the background to make it, yes, we want to make it black. Now you can see this becoming a black line. And our score, so what was sizes or something we want? I'm not sure yet. Okay, yeah. So under size will be, it's auto, and not even growing. But inside in the score, we'll have some elements. So first of all, we'll have a visual elements, is it? Yeah, we'll have visual elements. So we'll have underscore, we'll have 1, 2, 3, I'm thinking position symbol. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 elements. So as you see now, all these elements are actually vertical. So if we go in a parent where we say score, and under flex, we want to state that we want to go from left to right by clicking this one. Suddenly we got all our 4 elements vertically. So now again, we'll use the same technique previously. We'll do a, what's it called? Percentages. So the first element will be actually, we say a score. We'll give a name, so position. Yeah. So the first element will be score position. So which one position it takes, the first, second, third one, etc., etc. Next one, we want to a score symbol. So symbol will showcase where the score is coming from. It is local or it's from a network. So etc would be a Facebook. Next one is actually a score a name. Yeah, score name. And last but not least, it's actually a score. So I started the prefix of score at the beginning because I want to actually, to showcase that this is a score. Very interesting thing that we can in the script, we can actually find any of this element by providing a name. So giving unique names really gives you opportunity to very easy to find it. Is a workaround about it that you can actually find a parent with unique what's it called, ID, which one would be score in this case, and then you can actually look for another ID as a child, but it involves a bit more coding. If you give a unique, what's it called, a name already to this element on a script, you can just find it, easy peasy. Okay, so for positioning is really interesting. We will not define nothing, no either width or a height, because I believe this score positioning will be taking the last 10%, 11 or 12% of the screen, and there it drives through this one. But my OCD is kicking in. You know what? Let's just define the width of this is 10%. And also the growth is 1, and it's suddenly just took all the screen. Symbol. The symbols will be interesting. In the symbol, we want actually pixels, and the and this is because we'll be having an icon, and we want very precisely 40 pixel by a 40 pixel. Okay. Really interesting that is not getting alongside yet. So 40 pixel by 40 pixel looks very small actually. Is that correct height? 40 pixel by 40 pixel, and growth is 0. Well, I can't say it. It looks to me okay. Okay for now. We'll see later on how it goes. We can always adjust later on. Okay, so next one, name. We want a width to take a 65, I believe, or 60 exactly. 65. 65%. Okay, that's nice. And remember, by the way, remember about this 7 pixel gap on the top. That's why we have that 7 on the top. So it not only gives a really nice bit playing with the round circles, but also it's straightforward for this. Okay, so next one is a high score. And a high score, we want to give a width a rest one. So we have 10, 10. Well, it should be 10, 10. 65 makes 85, and the rest one should be 15%. Nice. Okay, that's getting a line up everything. Okay, so we have this one, we have this one, we have this one, and this one. Okay, for some reason still this one is not looking for me as a 10 because of a growth. Yep, it could be because of a growth. Okay, this also should have a growth, and this one should have a growth. Okay, so this one doesn't look like 10%, do you? Is it? And this 40 by 40 is very small, actually. I don't know what exactly is happening here, but yeah. What I do if I do auto? Oh yeah, that's much better. Okay. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense now. Just leave it at auto, so that means this is 65% as a minimum, this is a 15%, and actually this is a symbol and this is an ID next to it, and we just keep it this way. Okay, leave it on auto, not 10%, because I wanted to make them very close to each other as a size. Next one, what we do is actually to under the score position, we drag a label, and that label inside, sorry. So that label must be under the text. Middle, delete, add. Yeah, same stuff, adding and deleting that one. Change to text color black. Okay. And the text value should be 0, 1. Okay. And next one is why it's not in the middle. Oh, because alignment. Sorry, we need to select the parent, which one is score position. So first of all, label must be on flex must be 1 and 1. Yes, so in the middle. Now under text, we want to give a size of 30. So text size 30. Big, massive chunk 0, 1. Nice. Under images, we don't want to add nothing. We just want to do 2 things. First of all, under margin, we wanted to give a 10 pixel margin. So yep, that's lineups much better now. So giving 10 and 10 makes all the line 60. In the middle, under the background, where's background? We want to give an image, but we don't have this image. Let me to open it. So UI toolkit, UI themes, no. UI images, Explorer. So I do have two images. I wanted to drag inside in, so a world and the phone. So let me open for you. This is a world, so we'll show it that this comes from a network. And this is a phone, and it indicates that this score was earned locally. And also we can think about this one, because if you earned locally, but you published into Facebook, you can actually show a third like what's it called, a third symbol, because you can actually show this phone symbol. That means this score was earned on this device, but it was never published, never shared. This symbol, which one I showed you previously, a global, means that this score was found in your friend list and it's showing in your high score table. And we can actually think in the future, when we come to this one, how we maybe change this symbol to, I don't know, green world. That means you earned the score and it was shared with your friends. Okay, so it just lets you confirmation. If your friends playing, they will find out this one. You confirm that they will find this score on their screen. Okay, so what we do is we just click under background, we click this small circle and we choose a global. Yeah, this is how it looks. And this is how it looks, this one. Okay, very simple, very straightforward. Nice. Okay, I'll leave it global now. Next one is actually to do a name. And under the symbol, under the name, I'll just drag a label. And this label, okay, first of all, I select the score name and I go under alignment. I want to go in the middle of the height, but I wanted to go stretch across all the sides we do have. Okay, nice, straightforward. And now the label itself, we wanted to make it 1 second. Same stuff like we done previously. We delete the font asset. We select the font bubble and we select atmosphere. We change color to black and change size to 30. Okay, now also under flex, we want to grow 1 and we want to shrink 1 also. Under text, we want to align into left, but height we want a middle. Okay. Now from a text perspective, we want to write player name here. Okay. And additionally, you can see the player name is a bit too close for this one. So what we want to do is actually to where we have this score name, not a label, but score name. We can actually go under the padding, and from the left we can give a 10. I don't know, maybe more. Want a 10 or want a 20? No, let's give it 25 actually. So we want to give 25 from the left, and we want a 25 from a right. Okay, so we give a bit padding for, what's it called, for items inside. Okay, so we give a really nice gap. And lastly, score. We drag another label, text. We select score. Under alignment, we want again to stretch, but to do a middle. Okay. In the middle, item must be in the middle. When we select a label, we go under flex, we go shrink 1 and grow 1. Under the text, we want to go and not the background text. We want to remove font assets add the font. Then we want to change the size to 30. We want to change the color to black, and this will be different. We want to write down from a right to left and the middle. So if you look this one, it should like this. Double click, and we should easily to put a about 10,000. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that correct? That's 10,000. Yeah. Oh no, enter. Okay. So this is a score. Also, we want to do some padding. So let's do padding for a score. So let's do padding of from a right. 25. Okay. So now our padding is about 25 pixels away from the edge. We have a player name. We have this one, and this is when you created this. What's it called? Save. Okay. For some reason, our play mode is okay. So we lost connection. Okay. So nice. Okay. So when you create the one item you would like to see, what you need to do is under this high score border, okay, and you have a high score prefab. Right click, and you say create template. And when you click that one, you create template, you need to save that template. So we underneath of UI main menu, I will say score prefab, and we save it. And now you can see this score prefab just change its symbol. If you can see, it's now is a bit different symbol. That what it means is I can deploy the same prefab so many times, and when I want to change it, it's really similar like prefab. I can actually right click and unpack instance unpack completely. So if we have a nested prefabs inside, etc. Or if I can want to edit, I can open a UI builder. Well, let me save this one first. And if I go in this prefab, I can open UI builder, and it's saves. It's only open for me now a what's it called? It's opens for me only this prefab. And if I make changes, when I save it, I go back, it will open again. I can't remember how to exit this one. I was struggling first time to leave this one. I can't remember how to leave again. So finally I managed to find how to exit that one, and it literally was a file and open, and I just select main menu UI, and it opens this one back where we was. I'm a bit struggling, maybe a simple button somewhere, but I'm a bit struggling to press something, how to exit. But nevertheless, when we have this option, think about it. So UI, yeah. So what we need to do is just select this one and holding control, I press Control D. Yeah, nice. And it should be 10 of them in total. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nicely done, 10. Okay, so it's a bit more packed. It has a space for 11 one. Not sure why. I think we do have yes. Okay, yeah. Play mode 3. We can give a bit more, like a bit of hunch. So let's go back to the options, button 3, and for margins in the bottom, let's give like, I don't know, 50. Let's give more. You can see we have more space, 100. This looks like much better. If you select the play mode and we have this high score, we have a slide here. Now, to equalize, we can actually add one more visual element on the high score, the first one. So not on the bottom. I want this one to be on a top. Okay. So this will be this will be exactly size of 5 pixels. Yeah. And I want it to be also a black color. Yeah. So what it does a very simple thing. It's actually cuts off, what's it called, moves a bit down or higher. And now when we have this element, we can actually give a more padding. Instead of 7, let's do 25. Too much. 15. Looks about right. So we have a small gap on the top, we have a small gap on the bottom. Again, it's depending how many pixels you choose or something like this, or maybe we can even give a bit bigger padding on a hierarchy. It's really, it's up to you how you want to do. Again, in the future, we'll make this a list. So actually people can actually scroll up and down, and we'll show 50, what's it called, a 50 players here. So, you know, users who plays with this ball to generate 50 scores is really easy, straightforward. As 50 times is like nothing to play this game. Even me testing sometimes play like 10, straightforward. Okay, last not but least, we just on the bottom where we have an ads, we just change the color, background. Let's change the color to something like a bit grayscale-ish. Let's give a bit padding. Let's give a margin of, I don't know, 50 pixels. Yeah, very straightforward. And just add a label inside. Adding a label inside saying that under flex, we say shrink 1 and grow 1. Then under the text, we go mid size, I don't know, 50, color white, and a text. We just make ads. Also, capital. And also we remove a font asset and add a, I love this one. Actually we don't need, no. Let's leave it original Arial. Okay. So let's leave it original because it's nothing to do with a game. So this will be location where we took an ad. So overall, this is our first sketch of a game UI. We have a title with some nice floating pictures. We have a buttons. We will have another lesson where we can link. All the buttons are linked via Unity style sheet class, which one is option button. We do have an area where we have 10 players as a prefab, so we'll change one of them, we'll move something, and it all happens to everyone. And also we have an area of ads we will be placing on the bottom, so we can start earning some money. So next lesson we'll be finalizing these bits and also linking to our main screen, creating new scene, and possible start some scripting. So thanks being tonight with me, or day, depending what time you're watching it. And yeah, happy coding. See you next time.